Mickey van der Hart is a Dutch professional footballer who plays as a goalkeeper for PEC Zwolle in the Dutch Eredivisie. Club career Ajax acquired into the Ajax Youth Academy from local amateur side Amsterdam FC in 2007, Van der Hart worked his way up the youth ranks, and had an outstanding 2011 Euro-12 season with the Ajax A1 youth squad. That year, the under-20 team where he was first-choice keeper at the time, had won the national title, as well as finished as runners-up in that season's next-gen series when they lost to Inter Milan on penalties. Van der Hart was awarded his first professional contract when he was pronounced as the first team's third-choice goalkeeper, as well as receiving the award for Talent van de Toekomst. His first contract was a 3-year deal, binding him to the club until June 2015. The 2012 Euro-13 season was Van der Hart's first with the Ajax first team since the departure of former third keeper Jeroen Verhoeven, however with then first and second choice keepers Kenneth Vermeer and Jasper Cillessen each having an injury-free season. Van der Hart was unable to make his debut for the first team, meanwhile still playing in the Ajax A1 youth squad, where he was still eligible to participate due to his young age. On April 8, 2013 an opportunity presented itself for Van der Hart to appear as second-choice keeper behind Jasper Cillessen, following a red card suspension to Kenneth Vermeer. That void would however be filled by Kyle Kramer, first keeper of the reserves team Jong Ajax, since Van der Hart was sidelined due to a groin injury at the time. Ajax would eventually go on to win the national title in what would be Van der Hart's first season as a professional. The 2013 Euro-14 season saw Van der Hart maintain his position as Frank de Boer's third choice behind Kenneth Vermeer and Jasper Cillessen, as the season opened with Ajax winning the Dutch Super Cup. Van der Hart made his professional debut on August 9, 2013 in the Eredivisie keeping for Jong Ajax, where he is still eligible to play, having made less than 15 appearances for Ajax first team in the Eredivisie. The match against FC Os in which he played the full 90 minutes ended in a 2-0 loss for the Amsterdammers, in what would be only Jong Ajax's second match ever in professional football, with the team having moved up from the Belofin Eredivisie before the start of the season. Go Ahead Eagles On June 9, 2014 it was announced that Van der Hart would serve a season-long loan spell with Go Ahead Eagles in Deventer, joining the likes of Nick de Bunt and Sven Mierpoot who had transferred to the club from Ajax during the same transfer window as well. PEC Zwolle On August 14, 2015, it was announced that Van der Hart had been sold to Eredivisie side PEC Zwolle. He signed a 1-year deal with the club, an extension option included. International career Van der Hart has represented Netherlands U18 and Netherlands U19. On November 11, 2011, Van der Hart made his debut for Netherlands U18 in a friendly encounter against Romania U18. On September 7, 2012, Van der Hart made his debut for the under-19 team in a friendly match against Greece U19. He was selected by head coach Wim van Zwan to participate in the 2013 UEFA European Under-19 Football Championship in Lithuania. Van der Hart played in all the group matches, of which 1 was won, and 2 were lost, failing to advance past the group stage. On August 2, 2013 head coach of the Netherlands U21 team Albert Stuivenberg selected Van der Hart for the 32-man provisional squad, ahead of the 2013 UEFA European Under-21 Football Championship. On August 9, 2013 however it was announced that Van der Hart had not made the final 22-man squad selection for the tournament. Personal life Van der Hart is the grandson of former Ajax central defender Co van der Hart. Career statistics Club performance As of March 27, 2014, 1 includes UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League matches. 2 includes Johan Cruijff Shield and playoff matches. Reserves performance Honours Club Ajax A1, Nike Eredivisie, 2011 Euro-12, Next Gen Series runner-up, 2011 Euro-12, Ajax, Eredivisie, 2012 Euro-13, 2013 Euro-14, Johan Cruijff Shield, 2013. Individual AFC Ajax Talent of the Future, 2011 Euro 12. References. External links, Votable International Profile, Official Ajax Profile Euro van der Hart, Ajax Inside Profile, Netherlands U18 Stats at Ons Oranje, Netherlands U19 Stats at Ons Oranje.